I'm back at the bench, prepping some rounds to reload for my 223. Going through and deburring them because I gotta make sure that it's smooth so I put the primers in it. Sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. I don't have a fancy machine to do this for me, so I gotta do it all on my own. But this is a good little tool to have. It's a multi-tool, it's a Layman. It seems to do the job pretty good. I like putting hands on stuff when I do it, because then I know it's done right. But I go through here and deburr all of them just to make sure. Like I said, some of them are deburred and some of them not. So that's why I go through here and check. I've already went through and measured them with a mic to make sure that they're the right length they need to be. I've already measured the collar length. Make sure the collar's not expanded out or damaged. It's just a process. Anybody that reloads knows that it's kind of a dying thing. Most people don't buy stuff to reload anymore. It's just more convenient for them to go and buy reloaded rounds or loaded rounds and shoot them, where this is a good thing to know how to do. That way, if there's ever an ammo shortage again, you know how to do this. It definitely is a thing to know how to do. But do it right. Get a book, read the book. You want to be safe about it. You don't want to think you know what you're doing by watching a few videos and just start throwing powder in and projectiles in and have an accident. Blow up your gun, blow up your finger. Things you don't want to do. Guns are expensive these days and fingers are irreplaceable. So you want to make sure that you load it the right way and be safe about it. Load 50. Go out and shoot them. Make sure that they fire good. Make sure that you hit your targets with them. This will be a 2, maybe 3-part video to show you the process that I do. I'm not a professional. This is just a hobby. It's kind of therapeutic for me. So sometimes you gotta really get in there. They do sell machines that does this for you. You just stick them on top of it and it's already spinning. But I think using your hands for it, you know, takes more time, but it's definitely, to me, it's more therapeutic for your hands. It helps with muscle memory with your hands. Like if you suffer from carpal tunnel or had surgery, that this could definitely help you a bunch. I've had hand injuries in the past, and instead of working out with weights, you know, I do things like this. Like I said, I'm gonna do this in probably 2 or 3 parts. And I'll just go through and show you how I do it. Everybody's got a different method. Everybody's got a different way they like doing it. But if this is too hard on your hands to do it this way, I know they sell machines, little workbench machines that you can plug in and turn on, and it'll do both ends for you. I've seen them. I just chose not to go that route yet. You know, with any hobby, however much money you want to spend in your hobby will vary from whatever you want to do, how far into it you want to go. Just for a hobby or whatnot, I can't see spending that kind of money on machinery to do that with. You could get a good deal and get it used, I guess, but I haven't went that route yet. Okay. There it is. I use resizing lube. I was told when I first started doing this is a good way to do it. I put some on a Q-tip, or cleaning Q-tip like this, and just coat it really good. Then I'll just rim around the inside of it a little bit. It'll help with the process here in a minute. About every 4 or 5, I'll just put another coat on here. Some people say you have to do this, some people say you don't. Like I said, it all depends on what your level is and where you're at in your reloading journey. I like to stockpile reloading supplies for when the winter time comes, when you're trapped in the house and it's bad outside and you can't get out and do anything really. Reloading is going to be pretty fun. Like I said, it's very therapeutic for me. I can come down here and be in my own element and start reloading some rounds. In all my other YouTube videos that I have, my son is the one with the ponytail, long hair. He helps me occasionally, but he likes shooting off them rounds, and all the rounds that we fire, other than the 22, we've reloaded. I'll be doing a video shortly on 30-06 rounds for deer season. I have a brother-in-law that likes to hunt, and he's asking for a specific powdered round for deer hunting. So I'm gonna make him a batch of them up so when he hunts this season, he'll have some pretty good rounds. Kind of a boring process, but when you get onto the machine, the turret press here, it'll move quicker. So it's always a process. It's never just cut and dry and quick and easy. I do this to all of them. I'll lube both ends, and I'll roll them in case resizing lube to help when I put it in my turret press. I've already lubricated my turret press here. I do it every so many 100 rounds. I'll go through there and make sure all the parts are clean and don't want nothing getting stuck or damaged. Getting an unstuck round out of your resizing die can be a kind of a pain. It doesn't take much, just a little bit on the inside, just to coat the inside of the lip a little bit. Almost done. Then we'll flip it over and do the other side. I'm only going to load, I think, 50 today. Okay, so I go like that. I roll it over. Then I just dab it right in the center. You don't have to do this. I do it because I think it helps. It gives me a peace of mind knowing that I don't have to try to force it in there and damage it. I have had some come damaged and the primer wouldn't go into the hole. And sometimes primers can be hard to come by and sometimes they're not. It just depends what part of the country you're in. But I like it to be a smooth process as much as possible. So it doesn't take a lot. Just enough to make sure it got a little something in there. Okay, that part of the process is done. I have my pad, it's kind of wore out. And I use RCBS Case Lube 2. Seems to work really well. I put a little bit on there like that. Take my finger and just rub it in. And then I'll take each case, run it through the case lube, make sure the whole case is lubed really good. I do them all at once because it goes pretty fast once I get started. Instead of stopping individually doing one at a time, I lube them all because I burn through them pretty quick. Once the machine gets rolling, it moves pretty quick. I'll be doing a lot of reloading this winter when it gets cold. Won't be able to go outside much and do anything. I've had this for a long time, as you can see. I've used it quite a bit. It's alright, it still works, it still does what it's supposed to. You gotta save money where you can these days. Everything's getting more expensive, so as long as it serves its purpose and does what it's supposed to, I'll use it. I've shot hundreds of rounds that I've reloaded and never had a problem. I've loaded a lot of rounds too and ain't had a problem. But I wish when I got started I had somebody sit down and show me what to do. I had to read a lot of books and watch a bunch of videos on how to do this. Then I had a gunsmith that reloads come over and he double checked my work and he said I was doing it right. He said he didn't see anything I was doing was wrong. Alright. Okay, that part of the video will be done. I'm going to get some other things set up and I'll move to video number 2.